Alright, welcome back to our Wandering Village. Let's play. So, last time we basically just had started. We have research going on. I mean, the research is currently waiting for people to bring things over. We don't have anyone in here, but we should actually remove a few from our resource building, so we have a bit more free workers who can bring stuff around. Our farmer has started to plant some beets, which will be quite essential to just get a little bit more of food storage in there. We do have 11 berry bushes in range. What I would like to do in the long run, once we have a second farm up and running, is to actually pause this and hope to have the berry bushes spread naturally to sort of the next level. Our ombu is still sleeping, and we are on the way to a feeding spot, which I think will be quite nice. So what are we going to do next? We can actually expand our pathway system over here. Our free construction workers are working on this over here. Something doesn't quite seem right. What do we need? We need 40 stone and 10 wood. We only have 24 stones. So I'm actually going to put a second person back in here, just to start gathering more and more of these stones. What is this actually? Decayed mushroom. I guess we should have harvested it. Dried clay. Oh, can we actually water this? That would be so much fun. Anyways, we'll see how this goes, but in the meantime, our clay person is gathering much clay, and you know, I just love these graphics. I know this is kind of a 2.5D game, but such a cool graphical system and overall gameplay, so I really like this a lot. So in addition, like I mentioned, we want to try to expand our farms and just gonna try to match this with the farm that we already have in place. So if we put paths over here, we can put a farm in this direction and allow us to build another farm where we can create additional food. So our water supply is slowly going up. We do not have a water tank right now, which I think we also need to research. So that's just something to keep in mind. And other than that, I think we need to keep our research going. So for our kitchen, we need stone slabs, for which we need a stonemason. So that's quite important to keep in mind. And then, wait, does this say it needs 100 stone? Basic building material. For what? This says, oh, that's the build cost. It actually needs 100 stone to research. Oh, interesting. So we are going to pause this while we are collecting 100 stone to research the higher efficiency in any kind of climate. 25% increase. I think that will be quite good. Ombu, and I'm going to make this louder so I hear it a bit better as well. Ombu is back up and running, well, walking, which is good, and on its way to that feeding spot. We still haven't figured out how to do our exploration. So for now, let's actually have a look again in the research tab. So zoom out a little bit, maybe not quite as much. So mushrooms, herbalist, sawmill, placebo, I guess village doctor, boarding house for more housing, herbalist, ombuologist, interesting, gathers knowledge about ombu and creates ombu nodes. Ah, interesting. Spice rack, kitchen, big pot, hut, quarry, town square, fishery. And I would have expected the exploration to happen like really early on. It's such an important part of the game, so I'm just very surprised. Evaporator, seawater, fish, town square, ombu scavenger hut. Here we go. So after the stonemason, we need to research the ombuologist. I guess after the stonemason, we're definitely going to go into the carpenter. Then we can do the ombuologist and then the scavenger hut. I think this will be, in a sense, our path forward. So what's happening to our research? They need 25 planks. Is that so? Okay, so we don't have planks. What is this? Humid environment, it needs clay, quite a lot of clay. Farm hands, maximum amount of employees, crop fertilizer, increases building by 1, but compost is required, which we don't have yet. So let's actually research the water tank instead. Wonder how we can tell how many total housing 18, we have total people of 16, so overall that's not bad. Ombu is still walking. So like I said, it's still a lot of learning going on. I think we are going to expand our pathway system because I know we will need additional housing at some point in the future. We are going to add an additional like low density housing up here. What else can we do? We can actually put in additional resource gatherers, so we do have another mining camp that we can place down. There was a 12 in range, but that is kind of overlapping with some of our resources that we have, so we can't really place it. So let's go for 11 in range, put another one here, and add 2 workers to there as well. So this way we get the stones a lot quicker and respectively get our stonemason much quicker. We're almost starting to get hungry. Our people are villages over 15, days over 10. So this is the total needs that we kind of have. Villagers' happiness details. They're pretty happy. They don't have any needs yet, but it will happen that we need to produce them. I'm going to research this. It doesn't need 100 stone, does it? No, it needs 100 wood. We definitely have that. So our carpenter will come in hopefully soon, and then we can start producing planks. Ooh, you okay? Oh yeah, Ombu just was really loud because he is starting to eat. So very interesting. We do have 2 people in here now to gather more of the stones. Just to plan a little bit ahead, we can actually put some water tanks in here now. And I think it makes sense if these water tanks are actually close to our farm that we're building here. So I want to leave this area down here for another farm, but actually we won't. So we're going to place 2 water tanks right here, but I am going to delete this path and actually move all of this over here, because then we can turn this into a path, like a little shortcut to go through, which will, I think, ultimately be good for us. So Ombu is done eating. His hunger is still at 28%. We can consider, we do want to go south. So because this means we can get more nomads, and there's not much we can do over here. And it seems both directions lead into normal territory, like nothing too special. So I'm going to add this person back in there, and I'm gonna ask Ombu to go southeast. Ombu accepts our command. Excellent. Thank you, Ombu. We like you too. And from there on, we can see what happens next. All right, research is still progressing. We do have more nomads that want to join us. So right now we have 18 nomads and no more additional housing. So we are going to place a few more housing options down, considering we are getting more people, hopefully, as we are heading south here. But we've given him the command, so now we're gonna remove this person from that job over here again. So we do have a bit more open workers. I'm going to, there's another berry bush. Apparently berry bushes are spreading, which is great. Okay, research done. We have the carpenter now. Let's see, we have 86 stone. So our stone production is going pretty strong. So immediately we are going to go into the stonemason production. Or like research. And we are also going to place our carpenter. Our carpenter should stay very close to where we actually produce wood. So these tree stumps will be very likely going to be our main source of wood production. So we're going to place the carpenter up here and continue from there on. So now they've already started putting in all the resources for the research. The stonemason is being researched. We should kind of figure out where we're gonna build one. I think we're gonna build one over here anyways, even though there's only one bigger source of stone. Here's only one, here's another one, here's actually two, and then here's two. So in the long run, I think we're gonna try to place the stonemason somewhere in the middle here. But again, initially, we are gonna try to place it up there. So this needs 50 stones, 50 stone slabs, and clay. I'm still gonna set this to research, even though we don't have the stonemason yet. But I think overall that will be fine. We don't have a good spot to place it here. We can't quite place it here. So you know what? We are placing it just behind our current production facility. And we can move that later. I think overall that will be fine. So our researchers are waiting again for their material. We do have most of it. We should actually already put one person in here. They are clearing this, so that will take a little while. And you know what? I'm gonna add 2 people in here right away, just so we get the stone slabs ready to go. I haven't actually taken the time to look at this. I like how it has a little like stone storage area on the back. And the front seems to be like a tent with a pickaxe, so they can actually go out and grab these stones. Very cool graphics, very much like it. There are actually herbs coming along. Interesting, I didn't think they would just spread out of nowhere. But overall, I guess not too bad. We are hitting our nomads any second now. Our research is also almost done. I wonder if it's still the same. Yep, here we go. We do have a world event. You encounter a small group of nomads looking for a new home. Will you let them join? Of course, pick them up. The more the merrier. 2 healthy people. We do have enough housing. Still 8 more open housing. But one thing that we really need is actually more food production. So I am going to tell them to cut this down. And I think this is the priority one. I am going to set this on highest priority. Just so we can keep building. What is nitrate? These toadstools are filling, but we'll put Ombo in a deep slumber. I don't see the problem unless it's kind of sleeping until it dies. So let's keep this in mind. Maybe we can actually make him run past this, just to avoid them. Because again, it's like unknown stuff, always dangerous. Oh, we actually have enough research for the kitchen, which means the next step, where was it again? I had seen the scavenger hut here. After this, we need the ombuologist, 10 planks, 20 stone, 20, no, that's the build costs. We do need some mushrooms. So let's see if we can't find some mushrooms, any mushrooms. There are mushrooms here. So let's put them to harvest those as well. I don't want to harvest this. I'm going to cancel that. And research is done. Great. We do have 2 more people coming in. Overall, not bad. Gonna put in another farm over here, just like we had there. Let's actually double check. So this is not the greatest situation, but we don't have any other plants right now. So we will need to keep producing beets. We're also going to place a kitchen. And I want to say maybe just down here, in between our pantry and our water tanks. Water tanks are starting to fill up, I think. They're not starting to fill up. So we probably need an additional water air well in the long run. They're putting in this farm. Great. I am going to add one more person here. I should have just expanded this one, to be honest. But let's still have one person in there starting to harvest, and we're also going to increase this to 2 people in the hope to make a bit more out of our food. So this is being built already with stone slabs and everything. I don't think we need 2 people in our stonemason, so I have reduced this to just 1. Research was done, so we need our ombuologist. We do need planks, stone, and clay. So we are producing planks over here already. We do have 11 planks, so that should be fine. But they do need mushrooms. Oh, what is this? We do need 1 person in here. They can take berries and turn that 1 berry and turn that into free muesli. Is that correct? Or we can make beet soup. Since we are producing beets, more so than berries. And like I said, I do want to pause this one actually. Just in the hope that it will spread more of the berries around, which will be quite useful for us in the long term. So we do need to add one. What's wrong here? We do need a village doctor apparently. Ombu sleeping, excellent, so we don't need to worry about this. But if we make him run, I don't know if we can make him go down to the south. Let's actually see if we can do this first. Ombu doesn't trust the command, ready again in 13 hours. So let's see how this goes. Alright, so we do have some mushrooms. Actually, each one of those only gave me 1 mushroom. That is not a lot. Means we need to harvest all of these as well. And that might be all the mushrooms that we currently have. Oh no, here we got more. So let's harvest them all, which I think will ultimately be good. Now, villager's deadly issue. I'm gonna slow this down. Can we actually click on him? He disappeared. Is he coming back out? He is coming back out. Residency, maybe he's actually fine. It looks like he's fine. Okay, no deadly issues. No, there we have deadly issue. What is the deadly issue? Starving. That is not good. So we're actually adding a second worker in here, just to improve the productivity of our kitchen. They are doing the research on the ombuologist, and after that we can actually research our scavenger. I think overall we have made a decent amount of progress. We have a ton of wood, which I guess is great. All of our people seem to be having issues in terms of intermittently in terms of food. But we do have actually now quite a bit of beet soup, so I'm hoping at least that should be okay. We're producing a decent amount of beet soup. We still have some beets left. We are producing also a good amount of beets. I am actually going to add a second person in here. Full staff required for the research buildings. I can actually just shut them down, right? Oh, no, they were shut down, which I think is fine. So we've done the research, and now we're going straight into the scavenger hut. Again, another type of game mechanic that is so important, because we could actually start exploring a shrine to get some additional knowledge, or even explore the forest, although there's a small spore cloud. We will try to avoid this if we can, and maybe we'll actually let Ombu eat on this and just sleep through it. We do need to learn by doing. Since we've never played this before, I think it will be quite important to see how things are progressing. Stone slab production is going okay. Wood plank production is also going okay. So we only need 4 more wood planks, and then we can do our scavenger research. I'm a bit curious why people are starving, even though we have a relatively good amount of food available. And we do want to keep an eye on this. At the moment there are 11 berry bushes in range. And like I said, I'm really hoping that we will end up with our berries reproducing naturally instead of having someone have to plant it. Oh, they are done now. So we are going to, we can move the building. Awesome. We're gonna move that down here. And it doesn't even cost us anything, it's immediate, so that is excellent news. Happiness is 9, I think. We do have 1 need right now. So overall, not too bad. Almost walking again, and before we actually hit these toadstools, I am gonna call it an episode. We're on a good way of having enough food, having enough supplies of everything. And thank you everyone for joining. Like I mentioned before, let me know what you think, any tips, tricks, whatever, very much appreciated. Thank you for listening to me, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.